I am filming this on December 5th, 2022. Yesterday, December 4th, 2022, it was released to the public that a legend, not only in children's entertainment, but music and author, Bob McGrath, passed away. 90 years old. Whew! He had a heck of a life. And a lot of people are like, yeah, I remember that guy, Bob. I think he went by Bob Johnson on the Sesame Street, but oh, that's great. Yeah, I remember him. But what I wanted to do is a little tribute video because there's so much more to the Bob McGrath story than one of the humans that talked with Elmo. You know, there's more to him than that. And I wanted to share the story with him. So I'm going to be breaking this up into 4 parts. And my tribute to a person who I admired greatly, not only as an entertainer, but as a human being, Bob McGrath. Part 1, let's start from the beginning. Let's go to his early life. Good old Robert Emmett McGrath. Matter of fact, you can see him way up there in the corner. Can you see him up there? Do you? Right there? Yeah, I'll be showing you these later, but that's actually him right there. Anyway, he was born in Ottawa, Illinois. His full name was Robert Emmett McGrath. Robert Emmett was a very popular person in the Irish movement of trying to kick the Britain out of the country, and so he was named after that because he has a very proud Irish heritage. As a kid, he would sing with his mom and his family while they were playing on the piano, and his mother actually enrolled him in the Roxy Theater's amateur program, and he actually took second place as a kid there. That Roxy music program actually still exists today. Check out this commercial here from last year's trying to get people to the Roxy amateur program. It's cute.
Oh, hey! I'm so excited about the Roxy Camp here at Castle Beach. This is where we're going to be singing, dancing, and even doing monologues. Having fun in the picnic area and learning lots of new skills. At the end of each camp, we'll be putting on a live performance. Come out and see the show. Pay what you can to support the Roxy Youth Program.
Yeah, he went to Marquette High School. The Marquette Crusaders. That was them, and it's still there. After he was graduated from Marquette High School, he then went to the U of M, good old University of Michigan, in 1954. And he was in the School of Music and was in the Glee Club. And matter of fact, you can't see him on the album, or it's not notated there, but this record here, he's on there. One of them voices from the Glee Club was Bob McGrath. You can hear him if you got this record. Know that you have something with Bob on it on vinyl. He was in the fraternity Phi Gamma Delta. I don't know anything about college fraternities, but here was a good one, I suppose. When he was in the fraternity, though, he actually washed dishes with a fraternity brother of his. In that fraternity, that's why I brought it up, was a guy named David Connell. And he waited tables and did all that stuff with this David Connell guy. Come to find out, David Connell was one of the first producers of Sesame Street. So even way back when he was in college, he was kind of setting himself up with friends and connections and for things in the future. After graduating, he was inducted into the U.S. Army, where he spent 2 years in Germany. And he was booking and performing in the 7th Army Symphony Orchestra. McGrath obtained a Master's of the Music degree with voice from the Manhattan School of Music in 1959. So not only early in his life was he really good at music, he was winning awards. He's got a Master of Music with your voice. He could sing a lot more than people maybe gave him credit for singing on Sesame Street. So now let's move on to his career after he got out of college. Part 2. So what is a young man going to do in his situation? He loves music. He obviously loves singing. He spent his time in the military. He's graduated from college. Now it's time to be an adult and make some money. How are you going to make some money with music? Well, it's not easy breaking into the music industry. And where he started is going to bring up somebody that you know I'm familiar with and I love, not just Bob McGrath.
Please, don't just sit there. Come on and sing.
5 foot 2, eyes of blue. But oh, what those 5 foot could do. Has anybody seen my gal? Turned up nose, turned down hose. Never had no other foes. Has anybody seen my gal?
But a guy named Mitch Miller. If you guys remember, yeah, this is Valley Vinyl here. I'm known for my schlocky music and all my oldies. And one of my favorites is my Mitch Miller collection. I've got a lot of Mitch Miller records. From 1960 to 1964, he was on, as the lead tenor, no mind you, the TV Sing-Along with Mitch. Yes, Bob McGrath's on there. Lead tenor. Holiday Sing-Along with Mitch. Your Request Sing-Along with Mitch. Happy Times Sing-Along with Mitch. Saturday Night Sing-Along with Mitch. So, he had a good career starting. Editing Steve here. Mitch Miller liked him so much, he actually backed and got him as one of the very few people ever in the Mitch Miller choir to have a solo album. Look at this. Yeah, Mitch Miller presents Bob McGrath. That album right there I do not have in my collection, and that album right there I need to find. So, adding to the want list. Back to the video. Doing that, and while he was singing and being on these Mitch Miller television specials even, because remember, Mitch Miller had a TV show a lot of this came from. He was kind of liking being on TV and getting his face on there and singing and doing what he loved. And so what did he decide to do? Well, like a lot of artists did, and even people like David Hasselhoff, where, if you remember, David Hasselhoff went over to Germany, became a superstar music singer, and not so much here in America. And he actually sang a bunch of traditional Irish folk songs in Japanese, and actually became kind of a big deal over there. Hopefully I have something here to show you, because I want to see Bob McGrath in Japan singing an Irish song in Japanese. So come on, Future Steve video finding!
春さん初めて春さん恋した幸せね幸せね富士山
Okay. So then, after that, he wanted to make a little side hustle money, and he actually was on the game show To Tell the Truth.
My name is Bob McGrath.
Follow along again, panel, if you will, with this next story inside that next envelope. I, Bob McGrath, was a member of the cast of the television program Sing Along with Mitch. After returning with Maestro Miller from a successful group tour of Japan, I decided to go back to the land of the rising sun as a solo performer. I have since become one of Japan's leading vocalists. The Japanese people seem to like my Irish tenor voice and are particularly partial to sad songs like Danny Boy and the music of Stephen Foster. I have recorded 2 albums, made several commercials, and sing 5 nights a week on Japanese television. I have appeared at several of the top Tokyo nightclubs, including the Copacabana and the Latin Quarter. My Japanese fans call me Babu Maguras, signed Bob McGrath.
And I've got a secret.
Let's get our first contestants right in, please. Nice to have you with us. Would you tell us your name and where you're from, please?
My name is Bob McGrath, and I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey.
Now, I'll give all of you a little background on Mr. McGrath. He's a singer, and with a name like McGrath, you won't be too surprised to learn that he's an Irish tenor. He has, in fact, a very beautiful voice. You'll hear it in just a little while. And he's been enjoying a successful but quite unusual career, panel, as a recording star. And therein lies his secret. So, Bob, if you'll whisper your secret to me, we'll show the audience what's so unusual about your recording career. Uh-huh. Well, that part's not terribly surprising. Tell me the rest of it, if you would.
in 1966 and 1967. And that was kind of a part of it. Come on, Steve. See if you got some video finding skills for that, too. Please don't be lost media. All right. Well, it was after that, in 1969, that he became a regular cast member on Sesame Street. I'm going to skip past all that because, let's be honest, we all know who Bob was on Sesame Street. I could do a whole nother video of things that happened in this 50 years of being on the show. I think it was 2017 was his last performance. It was like it was the 47th season, and they were reworking the show, and they said that he still is a part of it, and he's still a face of it, but they just weren't going to be utilizing him anymore, and he was getting on in age. He was like well into his 80s at that point, right? 2017. So, yeah, that would be that. That's the end of this section. And next I want to talk about other accomplishments. Some other things you may not be aware of that Bob was doing, because he was a busy, busy man. Part 3. 3. Other accomplishments. Huey Lewis telethons. Why am I saying that? Well, Bob McGrath had a similar kind of career path for a little bit in his life. North of the border in Saskatchewan, Canada. Any of you watching this from Saskatchewan, you maybe are familiar with this. But there was a Telemiracle telethon broadcast up there. And he made quite a few appearances on there and did that. Was actually awarded by the Premier of Saskatchewan, Brad Wall, in 2013, the Distinguished Service Award for Saskatchewan. He was born in Indiana. American through and through, proud Irishman, and still crossed the border up into Canada to do good things for people up there. Tells you what kind of guy he was. I know many of your subscribers are saying, Steve, this is great. This is a really good tribute to Bob, but you're known for your schlock. Can you give me some Bob schlock? I'm trying to be respectful in this video because I really do like the man, but I bet you guys would like to see Bob McGrath in Canada singing some Captain and Tennille. Yeah, that marks high on the schlock chart. Let's roll to that footage.
The show was Sesame Street, and the man is Mr. Bob McGrath.
Thank you. How you doing tonight? Why don't you keep your hands going on this tune, okay? Love will keep us together. Think of me friends whenever some sweet talking guy comes along singing his song. Don't mess around, you gotta be strong. Just stop, cause I really love you. Stop, well I'll be thinking of you. Look in your heart and let love keep us together.
He also wrote many children's books, including Uh-Oh, Gotta Go. Okay, you guys may be saying, Steve, this is totally inappropriate. Why are you in the bathroom in a tribute and celebration of Bob McGrath? Well, he wrote a book for toddlers, as you can see here, and I've been told that my bathroom habits are atrocious. I'm thinking if I get the Amazon e-reader version on the Kindle here, I will read it and maybe learn something. So, it's not just for kids 5 and up. There's kids 5 and under that Bob was teaching things to. Thank you, Bob. Oh, flushing after the end, and you put the toilet seat down. Well, I learned something already. And, oops, excuse me, please.
Hey, Dad, there's a book that, Bob wrote that...
Oh, yeah, I know. Bob wrote some books for kids. I'm editing. Can't you see?
Oops, excuse me, and I think you might want to read it.
Why would I need to read Oops, excuse me, please? It says here, and other mannerly tales. I don't know why. I would need to learn things about manners. Get out of here. I got to get those and read those. They look good. McGrath's Sing Me a Story was nominated for the 7th Annual Independent Music Awards for Children in Album of the Year.
Nora, Nora, open the door. Open the door, Nora Blue, Nora Blue. I came to say that at school today forget about you.
What you may not know is he was very good at songwriting. He wasn't just a song singer, which a lot of artists do and have. He actually pursued a career in music early in his life, but it never panned out. He actually recorded, from my understandings and what I've researched, a 45 single for 2 songs he wrote, and never kind of went anywhere. Later on, when he got on with the Children's Television Network and Sesame Street, they re-released his songs that he wrote and recorded when he was a solo and put them on 45. There's Boy from Indiana and Walk Down the Street, Bob McGrath. One of my prized possessions. This 45 is in mint shape with the original sleeve. But yeah, released on Sesame Street Records because it never really got released on its own. Bob McGrath's solo work. And he has a children's album he did. But these weren't necessarily children's songs. He was trying to make a real career. But I know he did a children's album and he was on Sesame Street. And this is being released on Sesame Street. But this is actually good music. So much to the point where I believe right now I'm going to take a little break and have you listen to a little bit of Boy from Indiana. Boy from Indiana. Here we go.
He could watch the raindrops glisten on hills as green as emeralds in the grass. A boy from Indiana, he could take the time to listen to the wind.
You know, I mean, does this really count? I mean, there he is. Original cast record. Bob on there. Big Bird, Mr. Hooper, may he rest in peace also. So, yeah. But this, counts as him singing with everybody else. But he had a solo career, too, that many people were not aware of. So, in 2010, he was the first recipient of the University of Michigan's Glee Club Lifetime Achievement Award. So not only was he in the Michigan Glee Club, but he was the first person to get a Lifetime Achievement. They were very proud of him, and why wouldn't they be, right? And he was a Master of Ceremonies at the Glee Club's 150th Anniversary Celebration Weekend also. So, there you go. Way to go, Bob. Doing a heck of a job, man. You did a lot. You really did a lot. McGrath and his wife, Ann, married in 1958. They had 5 children, 5 granddaughters, 3 grandsons. The couple resides in Teaneck, New Jersey. So he's been around, all around the country, all around to different countries, doing great things. But he did die from a complication from a stroke in his home in New Jersey yesterday, December 4th. So I just wanted to do a little tribute. I haven't done a video in a while, and I thought a good reason to do a video is for a man that I respected as a human being and as an artist. Our good friend to all children growing up from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s for almost 50 years on Sesame Street. Bob Johnson, a.k.a. Bob McGrath. Rest in peace, man. You had a hell of a life.
Oh, no! Not that song again! Please!
Oh, who are the people in your neighborhood? In your neighborhood? In your neighborhood, say, who are the people in your neighborhood? The people that you meet each day.